Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today is day 20, I think 21 of day 20 of our 100 machine learning projects. And I would like to apologize that for last 2 days I was not able to post any videos because I was so sick. I was not feeling well, like my whole throat was gone. I was having very, bad tonsils also, so because of that I was not able to speak very properly, so I took 2 days rest. So today we are diving into the exciting world of customer segmentation in e-commerce using Python and k-means clustering. And you can think of it like sorting your wardrobe into neat piles like jeans, t-shirts, sweaters, skirts and t-shirts, blazers, jackets, and expect we are organizing customers to supercharge marketing. Like, you have to understand like how segmentation is, how it works, and we will also walk through a real Python script with a very good analogies to make it relatable, to make it understandable for you guys. So let's get started. First, let us, I would like for you guys to imagine like you are running a very big party. Like, you have got dancers, foodies, and wallflowers and everything. And you wouldn't blast techno for the foodies or, serve kale smoothies to the dancers, right? That's where customer segmentation comes in. It's like putting your party guest into groups based on their vibes, like what people are doing. That if you want to, you are not going to even include two types of groups or two types of parties into the similar one. You don't want to have a party for the book club and have a party of some DJ music together, right? You want to have a separate music on the base of their vibe, and music party on the base of their vibes. Even you don't want to join for exact like classical music with all the techno music or hip hop. So there are different kind of scenarios and different kind of vibes or different kind of groups that you want to target, and on the basis of that, a lot of organizations like multiple organization based mostly in e-commerce. Customer segmentation means dividing your customer into groups based on their behavior, like how often they shop, how much they spend, or what products they love. And you would wonder, like, why we are doing this? Like, why? So, you can basically send targeted offers like discounts to bargain hunters, or VIP perks to big spenders, or it's all about making more offers or providing some offers to a particular target audience, that we have these kind of offers going on or these kind of sale going on. So it's all about making customers feel special, and like while boosting your sale, while making customers stay for your organization, that they are spending more time on your website, buying a lot of things from your websites, or from any store or anything. So you have to understand how to make like how to group them up. So how we can do this? Like we understood, like for in to increase the sales, or to increase the attention of the customer, we understood that we need to group them. But okay, we understand that we have to group them on regarding their s- understanding, like big spenders, bargain hunters, loyal shoppers. And now you have to understand like how this grouping or how this clustering will happen. So for that we will move towards like how to create those groups. Like we understood like why these groups are needed, and how we can target these groups to increase our sales. But now we have to understand how do we create these groups. So for that we enter into k-means clustering, which are our star player, that is like unsupervised learning. So think of k means as a librarian sorting books into categories without any labels. So that's why it is an unsupervised learning technique. and it looks at customer data, like how recently, what recently they bought, how recently they bought, how often they are buying things, and how much they are buying things, and group similar customers together. So to make them understand the data. Okay, from this area, from suppose from this particular area of US, a lot of customers are coming, are understanding and are coming towards the website. So maybe we can target our marketing strategies toward that part of particular state or not. If women are coming more, if men are coming more, if children like teens are coming more, so you can target your audience and make your sales go off the roof. So you can also think, like, if you imagine you are at a fruit market with apples, oranges, and bananas scattered everywhere. So K means what it will do is like a very smart robot that picks up each fruit, measures its shape and color, and sorts them into neat piles without you telling it what's what. So basically, it is creates cluster of the similar things, and finding patterns without basically providing any labels. That okay, I'm not providing any labels, so what you will do, whatever the similar products or similar customers look like, they will group it together. So what we will do, how k-means work by picking up a, we will pick a number of groups or k, like choosing how many fruit baskets you need, and randomly placing centers for each group, assigning each customer to the nearest center based on the data, and moving the centers to the average of each group, and repeating until the group stabilizes. It's like, and like there are multiple baskets, you put one thing that will be the center, and whenever you find a different customer coming to, okay, this looks like the customer that is in the basket, you will put the customer there, and you will take an average to make the centroid there, and then you make sure that you go through this table, and you cluster all the go through the informations together. So, all right, let's get our hands dirty with some Python code. We're using a Jupyter notebook to build a customer segmentation model for an e commerce store. So, I will walk you through each step, explain what's happening, and fix, maybe fix some of the issues that we might have. So, first, we install our tools that are, you can see that we have, installing some libraries. This is for your reference as well, to make sure that you guys have everything. So these are pandas, numpy, matplotlib, seaborn, the visualization libraries, pre-processing, cluster metrics, decomposition, PCA is very important, like principal component analysis and plotly. And we are using this end customer data, and this is how it looks like. So we created this particular data, and it looks like this. We can see that, okay, first head of it. So we have customer ID, age, gender, annual income, total speed, number of orders, average order value. Like, if it, we also have to understand, like, if customers are buying high value orders or just the low value orders also. So average order values, days since last purchase, recent, like how often they're coming back, what are the frequency store, monetary score, device type, are they doing from mobile, desktop, phone, and category preference, like home, books, electronics. So this is how it's going to be. So now we will do create the comprehensive like customer data, and this is a fake customer data. So you can use like a lot of things that you can use, like multiple data sets are there on Kaggle that you can use and implement it. So this is just an educational video for you guys to understand like how this is going to work. Next, we explore our data with visualization, like sketching a map before a road trip. We plot histograms, scatter plot, and pie charts to see patterns, like how income relates to spending on which categories, customer, what kind of categories customers are preferring, and this helps us pick up the best features, because you can see that, okay, these are how you are plotting those data. And you can see age distribution, age, what are the ages, and what are the money they are spending, what are the customer segmentation, EDA, like income versus total spend, sorry, total spend. That is the RFM score, like frequency, monetary score, and everything. Female and male are same, like mobile, desktop, tablet. But this is the way, like, because right now everything's look like equal, because this is a very fake data, and we wanted to make sure that you guys understand like what is going through this video. And for now we will do the RFM segmentation features, like how the features are segmented and how the information is being chopping, how the like sorting customers into recent or not so recent groups. And add features like spend per order. We also encode categorical variables like gender into numbers, because k means all the machine learning algorithms is not able to work with alphabetical alphabets, or words or something. So we have to convert everything into numbers, so we do that. So here what we do, we are prepping our whole information, whole data. You can see that a day since num orders, total spend, and this is how it is being and the gender, device category, both the things are being labeled, using the label encoder. We are providing the information, and these are the numeric features. And this is the shape of the shape of the data set, and our numeric features are 16. Now then we will do the elbow method. Okay, so we have to also understand the finding the right number of clusters. If there are 5,000 customers, we don't, it doesn't mean that we are going to put it in 5,000, or we cannot just put it in two categories, right? So how many groups should we make? It's like deciding how many baskets for fruits. We test different numbers like 2 to 10 and use three metrics that are inertia, silhouette score, and Kalinsky, that is Kalinsky Harabaz, to understand like how these algorithms work. For example, inertia works on like how tight our clusters are, like how neatly the fruits fit in each basket. Like, is it good enough? Like, is it's not, it's overflowing and it's like too much data is there. That should not be the case. For silhouette score, it's like how distinct the clusters are, like ensuring apples don't mix with bananas. They should be like very much distinct. There should be a proper you can identify between these two clusters very easily. And for the Kalinsky, we will see how spread out clusters are compared to within cluster variation. So for example, if you have a cluster which is very much possible, like here and here, like for example, let me show. If okay, yeah, so if we talk about here, you can see there are some dots of green dots here also. So Kalinsky focuses on like if there is a cluster where similar customer or similar products or similar samples are clustered together in a particular space. They also identify that how far the cluster is spread out also, like how far it is from the center point as well. So it's also going to work on that. For the silhouettes, these are the features that we are being used. This is the Kalinsky silhouette elbow curve, and we found out that optimal number of clusters are two, because we don't have lot of data. It is not being very much different. So we found out the optimal number of clusters. Then we scale our features. We use standard scalar for all those things. We use silhouette score. We used k means algorithm. You can see the n clusters is equals to optimal k, which is equals to 2. Random state is equals to 42, and n initialize we goes with 10. And then we use the plotly. We are using the PCA also. You can see this is how the clusters are, there are two clusters, and this is how the clusters are being differentiated between two categories. Like, okay, these are one type of what we can say, one type of customers. These are the different type of customers, and you can see that it looks towards like elbow method, that how it is coming from here to down and then going up. So you can see that, okay, PC1 variants, we can see the customer ID is 2310. Okay, but you see that it is not very different. Number of orders 24, 2140, and here if we see it's like two different. So these are the categories like PCA1 and PCA2, how the informations are cluster 0, 1, like the cluster 0 size is 368, is like 7.4%. And these are the like average age 35 plus 11, because all the information was like this. Average income, average spend. So that means like the cluster 0 has is comparatively spending more over the, over the companies. Fashion, mobile, like there are these many mails. These are the information that are being, information of how these things are. Like spend versus order is like, you can see that this is the spend, this is the cluster information, this is for the one cluster, and this is the zero cluster, how things are. And see again, like these are the two clusters again with the same information, so that you guys can understand like how these things matter, like why these things are important, how these clusters matter. I'm still not feeling that much well. So that is it from for today. Yeah, and hopefully I sincerely apologize, for not be able to make videos for 2 to 3 days. I have not been feeling very well. So hopefully like in maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I will be uploading like a very good video regarding how ChatGPT works, and hopefully on the weekend I can upload a video regarding how to implement the nano chat that has been provided by Andre Kapathi. So we will be working on that. So please, forgive me for not able to give you a best video right now, but I think this is the project. This is very simple and it's very easy to implement, and everyone can implement this, and go through the different kind of customer segmentation data set and understand like what how clusters are being made, how why these clusters are needed, and how they can impact on your business. So this is it from my side for today. That I will see you tomorrow, hopefully in a better shape, and maybe I will provide you with a very good project tomorrow. So that is it from my side. Thank you so much. See you soon. Bye bye.